Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Year Cooking Canuck. On today's segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be making something that I've already made before, and that's tavce gravche, which is beans cooked in a clay pot, basically. It's one of our favorite recipes. So although I've done this before, and I also did a video on how to make kefir, and while I was making the kefir, I made some tavce gravche. So this will kind of be like the third video of this. However, there's going to be a little bit of difference. I'm going to add some smoked meat on top at the end. Ribra. I'm going to be using some smoked ribs. So if you want to see this version, stick around and let's go in my kitchen. And I already have the beans going, and we'll make tavce gravche. So, Ribra. Hey gang, welcome to the stove. So in this pot, what I have going already are some white beans. You can use white kidney beans, which is the best, I would say, if you're not in Macedonia, where you can get the beans for tavce gravche. These happen to be from Macedonia. What you do is, with any dried beans, is wash them, pick out any ones that are bad, and rinse them, and then you can add them to your pot. What I've gone ahead and done is I've added enough water to cover the beans, and you may need to add more as it cooks, so keep an eye on it. Right now, obviously, they're still raw, so they're fine. To that, I've added a good dollop of oil, and I mean a pretty good dollop. I can't really tell you the measurements. It depends on how many beans you guys you use. You want to, like I said, just make sure you have sufficient water to cover the beans, and you may need to add more. I also have in here some paprika from Macedonia. You can use your favorite paprika. It could be hot, it could be sweet. I've also put in smoky paprika, because I really like that smoky flavor. I recommend that you do the same. And then some kind of hot pepper flake, which I'm using from Macedonia. These are kind of mixed with some paprika as well. There's a region in Macedonia that makes the best red chili flakes like that. So I do have some of that as well. So you do not have to add any hot flakes if you don't want, but I think it really adds much more flavor to the beans. Do not add salt, because what happens is the salt will break down the skin, and it will make the beans bitter, and they'll fall apart on you, and you just don't want that. I've had an argument with somebody on YouTube where he swears up and down to add salt, but every video I've seen, and everyone I know who do beans on a regular basis, do not add salt until they're cooked. So guys, this is just going to set. It's really simple. And once these are cooked through pretty much all the way, I'll bring you back and show you what I do next. Hey guys, welcome back to the stove. I just wanted to touch base, show you where I'm at. As you can see, hopefully, but a lot of the liquid has started to evaporate, and the beans are smelling good. I can smell the paprika, but they're still hard. There's still quite a way to go, and that's why I say put sufficient liquid. If you need to add more, then that's fine. In the meantime, guys, what I have going on in the back burner here is I am toasting or roasting some pepper, some hot peppers. Now, you don't have to use hot, and you don't have to do this at all, but this is a really nice side accompaniment. I'm also going to have Shopska Salata as well. You want to char them until the skins get blackened, and what you're going to do then is you're going to peel the skins, or you can leave them on, and you're going to add lots of garlic and olive oil and parsley to this, and it's just lovely. And there's no Macedonian household that doesn't have pecino peparki with their dinner, and you should smell this place. Oh my gosh. And These are hot, like I said, but you do not have to get hot. You can use blago or sweet. Right, so I'm going to continue letting these guys pitchy. And I just wanted to touch base with you. All right, so we'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, here's a real quick tip if you're going to do the peppers. My peppers are roasted nicely. They are charred and perfect. What I'm going to do is put them in a plastic bag. And don't worry if they're still warm. They're not lava. They will not melt the bag. And leave them to sit and sweat. And it will be much, much easier for you to take the skins off if you want to take the skins off. Just a quick tip. You can do this with any roasted pepper, obviously. Or if you don't have a plastic bag, you can use a paper bag, but just let them go in there. You can see the steam coming already. They're going to sweat, and it will be easy peasy to take the skin off. Quick tip. Hey gang, welcome back to the kitchen. Now, as you can see, my beans are cooking away still. They have reduced, or the liquid actually, has reduced significantly. So at this point, they're getting tender, but I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more water, and that's why I said you may need to add more. At this point, because the beans are pretty much almost to where I want them before we put them in the oven, I am going to go ahead and season with some salt and a little bit of black pepper. You don't need to put pepper because it's spicy enough, but I like pepper. So that's in. And the reason I add the salt now is because they're pretty much cooked. They need to get, if you want to liken it to pasta, it's kind of like al dente. But I want them a little bit further before I go ahead. Just maybe another 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Because they're going to bake further in the oven, so I don't want them overcooked. Right, that being done, in the meantime, I have peeled my luti peperki, my hot peppers, and I have added them to my little dish with olive oil, salt, and loads of garlic and parsley. And this is great because, I mean, you can add more olive oil because when you dip the bread in here with the olive oil, it's lush. So just set this aside. It can be room temperature. You don't have to refrigerate it. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. So one of my sides is done. I'm going to go ahead and start preparing my salad as soon as this is ready. So guys, I'll bring you all back and show you what's next. Alright guys, in this pan I have some oil with some paprika. I've used a bit of smoky and a bit regular. And I'm going to heat this through, and do not walk away. Continuously stir. Right away you're going to smell the paprika. You do not want this to burn. It will burn in a heartbeat. Just keep stirring until the oil is very hot, which is starting to, you can see it bubbling. Keep going, keep going. You do not want this to burn. It happens so quickly. And you can start to see now the paprika is taking on more of a burgundy color from being roasted in the oil. And that's it. Turn the heat off. What you're going to do, I hope you can see, So you're going to add this hot paprika mixture in oil to your tavche gravche. Let it sizzle. I love that sound. Get it all in there. I'm trying to show you. I can't really see what I'm doing. Just going to turn around, squeeze the back of the pan for a sec. Right. That's it. I've turned my tavche gravche off now because it was boiling and hot and it made that sizzle. Now that you've done this step, I'll be back and we'll start to show you what's next. Assembly. Alright guys, what I've gone ahead and done off camera was carefully transferred my beans into my tavche, and I've added just a little bit more water because I'm going to be cooking the meat in here. So at this point you go ahead and add your meat. Now let me just put this aside for a moment. What I have here are fresh smoked ribs from my butcher's case. They were beautiful. However, I'm going to have a problem putting them in this tavche. So what I'm going to do is I have no choice but to split them. And if you have to do that, that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to cook evenly anyways. So let me bring this back over and put my Ribra. Oh, they smell beautiful. Oh my God. Smoky flavor, just gorgeous. Right, so that's done. This is now going to go into the oven. You're gonna bake this first uncovered, a moderately heated oven. I'm gonna do this at around 170, 180 Celsius, and later, as the water will evaporate, I'm gonna put the lid on it and let it go further until the ribs fall off the bone. You can pull the bones right out. Okay guys, and then I'll bring you back and I'll show you then. Alright guys, my tavche gravche is done, and the smoked ribs. So, as you can see, I have my baked beans, my tavche gravche. I have a nice quarter of the smoked ribs. I have here my peppers. All of this is optional, but my peppers with garlic and parsley, olive oil, some salt that were roasted. I have here some Shopska Salata, which is so simple, guys. It's tomato, peeled and chopped cucumber, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then you're going to shred some feta cheese on top, and I have some olives here which I have actually brined myself. Of course you need some crusty bread, and that's it guys. Let's tuck into this, and thank you so much for watching Memories of Macedonia, and we'll see you next time. As usual, there will be a few photos after, and we'll see you next time. Ajde, prijetno, hvala novu, ciao, and please go to my Facebook page. I will put the link below. Ciao for now.